Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good morning, friends. In our day-to-day life, we all interact with each other and we call it communication. But before going to communication, we would like to know what is communication. We have Dr. Yashwant Sharma with us. I would like to ask Dr. Sharma, sir, what is communication? Would you please explain?
Of course. Friends, once again very good morning to all of you. When today's topic is barriers to effective communication. As all of you know that communication is the need of time. It establishes a link between individual and groups and groups.
Yes.
And in other words, we can say it's a survival skill. If you want to get success, it requires lot of things depends upon communication, irrespective of any post. Whether you are CEO of the company or you are department head of the company, means one of the department heads of the company, or you are working under them, or means from top to bottom, to be effective communicator is the need of time. So because of that reason, I have called it key to success, key to survival, means one of the survival skills it can be termed as. And the next thing, it's a two-way process, because merely suppose we are communicating with someone, it doesn't mean that only we are speaking, but whatever we are communicating means we are sharing our views. Everything depends upon with whom we are communicating.
Yes.
If the fellow does not understand, then what is the importance of this? So here in this slide you can see we can
Yes.
call it a two-way process, plus understanding and proper feedback from the co-communicator, means with whom we are talking, means with receiver. We must take his feedbacks. Accordingly we will have to give our responses. So in other words, we can say it's an organized activity at all. And this is what I hope it would be clear now, that what is communication.
Communication.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, please?
Okay, yes. Sir, can you throw some lights on why to communicate?
Yes, why to communicate?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good question. When we talk of need of the communication, why to communicate? Friends, today we are living in the globalized society, and in globalized society, of course, it's need of time to share our views, interchange our thoughts and information to bring mutual understanding. Because nowadays, no doubt, we are independent citizens, but everything depends upon mutual understanding, means interdependence. Nowadays, what we call it, a world of interdependence, means we depend on each other. If you think that I can do alone all the things, that is not possible. So communication is required for developing mutual understanding. Sometimes you might have seen, whether at social gathering, our family gathering, or means at your workplace, what we find, if we are not able to communicate, so we all find that there is a communication gap. And if there is a communication gap, then what will happen? Different type of misunderstanding will come. Many vested interests will arise. So this is the need of what I say, means we should have communicate. That is prerequisite to good morale, because it boosts our morale. Because if you are good at as a communicator, we are good enough, then what will happen? It will give us some sort of confidence to those with whom we are working, because you are able to communicate, you are sharing your views, you are also giving response to their views. So because of that reason, nowadays communication word has become watchword. Without this, without getting communicative skills, without implying these communicative skills effectively, we cannot ensure success. So my point is, everybody, whether you are a student of science or literature or commerce, one should always try to get modify their communication skills, because it's a gradual process. In a day, Rome was not built in a day. You might have heard this.
Yes.
So in a day, if you think that if you attend some coaching classes or a spoken English class and will become expert, so that is not an issue. So my point is, one should be very much clear and at the same time receptive also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let us go to the slide, why to
Yeah.
communicate, and
Yeah.
it will give them clear cut idea why to communicate.
Why to communicate? Yeah.
It is required for good business, basic to the existence of an organization.
Yeah.
Any problem here? I think things are very clear.
Very much clear, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. And I would like to know, sir, what is formal communication and what is the informal communication?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have talked of what is communication.
Yeah.
Now we have discussed about why to communicate, what is the need of communication. Now this is what you are asking. That is very pertinent question. That when we talk of communication, formal and informal, both are having their own importance. Friends, suppose we are living at home. Suppose we are working at with our colleagues in our office. So formal and informal situation, both the type we should know about both the type of communication, because in formal communication we should be very much careful about the use of language, because suppose boss is let us go to the slide, then it will take you give you a
Yes,
clear
sure,
picture.
yes.
In the first there is one lady is there and one male is talking to that lady. So that is one kind of informal, that is an example of one kind of informal communication.
Yes, sir.
Here what we find that ladies maybe customer and the fellow may act as a shopkeeper, means in many ways it can be interpreted. So that can be informal. Second one is it's a family gathering, relatives and people who are talking.
Yeah.
So how their body language also tells us it's personal communication,
Yes.
because in the way they are talking, the fellow younger one who is standing with his with his kid, and how he is bending forward, and with whom he is talking, parents, elderly people, might
yes.
be his parents. So how much happy we find, smile floats on the face of both the elderly parents. So both these examples are examples of informal communication.
Yes.
Now if you look at the third picture, that is formal. Formal means boss of the company, CEO of the company, he has convened the meeting, and around the table those who are departmental heads or those who are his colleagues, they are sitting, and it's they are discussing on certain issues, on policy matters. So what happens, first of all, idea is put up by the boss, and then others are asked to give their opinions, their feedback, that this would be the policy of the company for the new financial year. So what would be there if we implement these schemes, then what would happen, how to enhance the sale, to discuss other problems. So what he has convened, he has convened the meeting of the what I say, those who are working with him. So that is totally formal communication. That is an example of formal communication. So here in we compare it with the previous one. There body language tells us that it was a family gathering, but here how they are standing, how they are talking, how they are sitting, how they communicate with other people, it matters a lot. And
yes.
one more thing, how to choose the language, because when we communicate with someone, so use of language is much more important. In informal communication, no need to go for the whole sentences, but here in formal communication, your things must be clear. You must have clarity of thoughts. Once you have clarity of thoughts, of course you can get desired result. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Next
Yes,
question,
sir.
please.
Thank you, sir. You have explained us what is communication,
Yes.
why to communicate, what is formal communication, what is
Okay.
informal communication. Now, sir, I would like to know how can we measure the process of communication?
See, process of communication, as I have told you, it's a two-way process. It's two-way process means what we can say, sender encodes the message. Let us look at the slide.
Yeah.
Encodes the message. What he does, sender sends the message and speaker decodes the message. Sender or speaker, they encodes the message, and the receiver or the listener who is listening to your message decodes the message. Means he interprets the message. So important thing is sender, two persons are required, sender as well as receptor or receiver. So who decodes the message? Means he interprets the message. Then what happens in between the two? One message is there that is to be transmitted. Suppose I have some information and I would like to share that information with you. So what will I do? I will think of proper channel, which medium is to be most effective, through which I can communicate with you, I can share my views with you, I can transmit the message. So whether it is oral communication or written communication. If it is oral communication, through telephone, I am talking to you, or face to face I am talking to you, that is means medium or channel of communication. If it is written, then I can send you a letter, I can send you an email. So these are oral communication. Examples of written communication means channels of communication, means which medium we have selected. Means it's a vital thing for us. If we are not able to select, then again we find there is a problem. So what I mean to say, we must be clear about this, that which channel, which medium would be the most effective. Okay?
Yes.
So the path of this communication means it begins from sender to receiver.
Receiver,
Sender encodes the message and receiver
Decodes
the message.
Yes.
So it's a circuitous, means it begins with speaker and ends at the speaker. Okay?
Yeah.
The sender who initiates the communication and same person concludes the communication. Is it clear?
Okay,
Fine.
very much clear, sir. Okay. Sir, can you elaborate the
Yes, please.
communication cycle?
Yes. Communication cycle.
Yeah.
If you look at this slide, communication environment. First of all, we will have to create the conducive environment suitable for communication. Here you can see the picture. Okay, sender is there who has some message and who wants to send this message. Means what he does, he will encode the message.
Yeah.
He will set the message in his format. Now comes below this send message column, you will find channel. Which channel is to be used? Oral or written. Then receiver. It will reach at the receiver. Receiver, what he will do? He will receive the message. As soon as he receives the message, what will he do? He will decode it. Means he will interpret it. And accordingly, according to his understanding, what will he do? He will give response. And then response will go back to, means one kind of feedback will go to the sender. And sender will analyze this and go for the next thing which he would like to communicate.
Okay.
So this is the cycle. What I have told you earlier, that it is circuitous, means it begins with sender, it ends at the sender. Clear?
Yes,
So this
sir.
is what communication cycle is.
Is. Okay.
Yes.
Now, sir, we have got what is communication, why to communicate.
Okay.
You have very good, very well explained
Okay.
the formal information
Thank
and
you, thank
informal
Okay.
information, as well as you have explained communication process, communication cycle as well. Sir, there must be, if the communication takes place,
Okay.
there must be some barriers.
Of course.
Okay. Then which are the barriers
Okay.
to communicate
yes. I understand.
Yeah.
You are asking about the barriers. Of course, when we communicate, we face many problems. But before I would like to go to barriers, I would tell you how to. These are certain points. On the basis of them, we can make our communication effective. First of all, communicate at the right time. Important thing is timing. How to communicate and when to communicate. If sometime we have seen that people miss the opportunity, they forget, and then later on it is reminded to them that they have forgotten. But once time is lost, then they lose many more things. So important thing is communicate at the right time.
Right time.
Then comes communicate with understanding. You should have thorough understanding of your means on your subject. If you do not have understanding, if you do not have clarity, then you cannot communicate the message, or means purpose would not be fulfilled. So important thing is you should have good understanding of the subject on which you are going to talk. Next thing is, suppose you want to communicate, suppose we are talking about the barriers, so we must have knowledge of all the things pertaining to this field. Means we must have sound knowledge. If you have knowledge, then we can deal with the problems. Okay, so first of all, what I have said, at the right time, then with proper understanding, then with knowledge. Okay, and next point, if you look at the slide, understand the frame of reference. Means we should be very much clear. When we say knowledge, knowledge is a very wide term. In knowledge, sometimes what is our topic? We should be very much careful. Whatever we talk, that should be in reference to the topic. Sometimes what happens, we see that people go on talking blah blah blah. Means many irrelevant things are discussed. So
Yeah.
why to talk of all these irrelevant things? So reference means in which context we are talking, that is to be kept in mind always. Then comes, what is the goal of your communication? What is the purpose? Why you are here? Suppose we are here to discuss the barriers. So this is our goal. And at the end of this conversation, one should be very much clear that these are the barriers. So this is what our goal is, and along with that we are going further.
Yes.
Okay, and then communicate with empathy and develop sensitivity. Now you must be wondering, friends, what is empathy? Empathy means we will have to think from the person with whom we are talking, from his angle. Actually what happens, we have seen, suppose CEO of the company, CEO means Chief Executive Officer, they live in ivory towers. They cannot think with the, suppose class third officer, means junior executive, if you are talking with him. So at that time what happens, they cannot they cannot be empathized with them. So what my point is, if whether you are at the topmost post or at the bottom level, you must learn how to empathize with others. Empathy means to think from their point of view. If we develop this empathy, then we can understand what is in their mind, what is their psychology, and we can get best of them. Because in company, in business communication, important thing is our employees are our assets. It is up to us how best we can make use of them, and if we are successful in that, through which? Through empathy. So what I say, if you are means developing empathy, so you can be sensitive enough and you can persuade them irrespective of their problem. So it is to be developed gradually. We can cultivate. We can say that it is very difficult thing. People, number of time people say, oh, it's very difficult to manage. Yes, I understand. But day by day, we should cultivate this, and it can be cultivated. It's not a big task, but gradual efforts are required. Is it clear?
Very
So
much
these
clear.
are the points on which we can talk of, means how to make our communication effective. Okay?
Okay, yes.
Yes.
For better communication, the word empathy you have explained very well, sir. I am very much grateful to you for that.
No, it's okay.
Okay, sir. And sir, I would like to know which are the elements of communication.
Yes. We are talking of communication in detail, because if everything gets clear, then as you have talked of barrier in earlier, so if we get clear, then barriers will not act as barriers in our communication. So first of all, what is the situation? Means context is important. In which context? Earlier we have talked of reference, means relevant. So context is important. If we think that, oh, this is the context and we should behave accordingly,